It has been a little over a week since the last time I put anything here. Again, nobody's going to see this. Uh, it's just a place to journal the fall of the empire that I called myself. Um, when you lose everything, you think of Job. And so I've been reading Job and listening to Job a lot lately. Probably should have cracked my Bible a lot earlier, and maybe the collapse wouldn't have been so thorough. But the interesting thing about Job, the whole book of Job, is I always used to read it as, he was this upright man, didn't do anything wrong, had everything. Satan took it away from him, and then his friends came and harassed him about it. And listening to it and reading it again from this perspective, I feel like I missed the entire point of Job. Because Job was a proud man, and he did do right, and he was blessed. But as you go through the interactions between him and the four friends, hearing their discussion kind of hits a little too close to home. The way that they interact with him, as far as how they say, if we try and talk to you, are you going to listen to us? Or are you going to disregard what we have to say? And I used to read that and take it from the point that even they didn't believe what they were saying. But after watching my world collapse, I realized that Job left no room for failure to be an option. I think the entire book of Job, largely the hidden meaning of Job, aside from the science that's in there and the history and the biblical principles, the kind of undercurrent of Job is the danger of pride. Because when I hear his friends talk to him and the way he responds, Job, the concept that he did something wrong at any point never enters his mind. And then he has spent his life being the fixer, being the one that's called upon to help, taking care of things, taking care of people. And with that comes, not only the responsibility of those that rely on you, but almost a savior complex. And I suddenly begin to see that as I see my world collapse. I suddenly begin to see my life and the way that I approach the world and in Job. I am by no far upright and blameless. I've made my share of mistakes. But even with my mistakes, I never left room to be wrong. And you can do everything right and still be wrong. And the amusing point of all of that is, if you look at it from a standpoint of being about pride, is you get to the end, and when God speaks to his three friends and tells them that they need to make atonement for the things that they said, even though God had just spent several chapters breaking down Job and reminding him that he is nothing and that nothing happens except through the grace of God and the power of God. Even after God spent chapters reminding Job of what a speck he actually is, in the end, Job tells the three friends that the only way that he will accept their sacrifice and accept their apology is if Job prays for them. And I think it just kind of is the final realization that you can do nothing in and of yourself, and all of your success can be taken away just like that. I mean, in a few months, I went from being on top of the world to nowhere to go. And still not sure how I'm going to get through tomorrow. Fighting those demons that make you question if it's worth trying to get through tomorrow. And in the event somebody sees this, no, I'm not going to off myself. But it's a struggle daily to find the desire to make it through another day. And that's another theme through Job, is when it all finally collapses and he's just so tired of fighting. He just wants God to take him home. And I know if you read the whole book, you get to the end and you see all the blessings come back to Job, and that's a great thing to look forward to. It's a great hope, but at the bottom there's no hope, and you can't see your way through that. You can't see to the other side, and there's no promise anywhere that you will have those blessings in this life. So don't be me. Learn your limitations and learn that it's okay to be limited. Nobody has all the answers. And when you find yourself in that position where you're expected to have all the answers, even if that expectation is largely put upon you by yourself, you are setting yourself up for failure. And as in my case, when you fall so completely, you don't know, I don't know if there's going to be a tomorrow. As we as we recognize it, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have a plan. I don't see a way out. And I curse the day of my birth. And I wish that God would take me. So so I understand Job at the bottom. I don't know if I'll get to experience life as Job on the other side or not, but I know how he felt to desire those things that he talks about.